afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. Master Propaganda, Heroes Right Defender of the Fatherland, off here to 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. In the west, it's Angrifen. Not Angrifen, but some guy who's pretending to sort of be a joke version of him, parody, I don't know. Anyway, Angrifen, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, here taking on the role of the 3rd Armoured Division versus the east. It is Jove, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking the role here of the Panzer Division with strategic reserves, triple infantry versus Angrifen's heavy cavalry. We got MD-42 pioneers there for Joe into assault grenadiers for the infantry company up there, so he's access to regular grenadiers, mortar snipers, and whatnot. The rifle start here for Angrifen. He sets out for America, freedom, democracy, corporate interests. Pioneers there up the sandbags in case Jove gets sort of pushed back here towards his own base, can sort of fight around here. Battle wire here as well for those just prepare battlefield head. He's clearly expecting to get rushed by Angrifen, at least to be pushed back by Angrifen here, so he is taking as many precautions as he can, so try and, shall we say, minimise the impact out. They also got a very aggressive opening here from Jove as it goes towards his opponent's territories there, it would seem. A very aggressive bold manoeuvre there by Jove. Further barbed wire there by Jove. Definitely not a usual Wehrmacht opening here. Of course, he might have been emboldened here by the assault grenadiers. The availability, and of course, just ability to push back his opponent with the MP40s. There go rations routed here by the MD-42 and the arrival of the assault grenadiers. We got a 3rd route going away there for Angrifen in the south. Pioneers moving ahead there for the fatherland. 2nd route squad moving in here, pushing straight for the cop on their back on the MD-42. Basil is being Basil, and this is meowing. Grenadiers squad on the way there for Joe. Pioneers there down with the sandbags almost here on the cut-off point as well. We got him up on the rifleman. Angrifen was quick to get into cover before that happens. He's going to have to deal with this little threat here as Jove is going in very aggressively here. For the cut-off point, Jove leads the way for Deutschland. And there you go, charging straight at the rifleman with the MP40 wielding assault grenadiers. The MD-42 moving in there, go rifle and they can't really fight up closer as the rifleman. They have the firepower advantage there for the fatherland with the MP40s. MD-42 joining up the rifleman up north. In the south here, it looks like Angrifen's going in there instead, trying to outplay Jove that way maybe, which is certainly not a bad idea. Rifleman up north is suppressed by the MD-42. He's going to have to try and outmaneuver Joe's prong here, because if he just keeps attacking into it, there's obviously just gun range or issues with the MD-42, and the assault is certainly not making things easy here for Angrifen or the fatherland. We got regular gunners moving to now back up further. Here's again, Angrifen needs to switch up his tactics, because this does not seem long-term viable or feasible. We got take up there, that's going to be the company command post here for Angrifen. He might want to consider actually a mortar. That could also be an option, lay down smoke screens and whatnot, bombarding whatnot. Joe here repositioning the machine a bit. He's already beginning to anticipate that Angrifen will be switching up his tactics, so he's sort of trying to figure out what the most likely pattern is there, and he's probably asking himself, well, what would I dislike my opponent the most to do, or what would do in the same situation? He's slightly repositioning the machine to maybe counteract that. No take up yet there for Job. We got a 2nd grenadier squad there, so 1 assault grenadier, 2 grenadiers plus the MD-42 here for Job. Trub rifleman with a captain on the way there for Angrifen. There we go. Northern munitions secure as well here for the fatherland alongside the southern nation. So far, Jove is leading strongly here for the fatherland. But there you go, flanked on the MD-42. Didn't apparently see that one coming there. More riflemen in, reclaiming the cast point. Putting straight ahead here. No grenades, so that can also be a way of dealing, but the MD-40 is going to be in a pretty bad spot. It's going to have to retreat because there's simply too many riflemen there with the M1 Garans doing a lot of damage to the MD-42, almost taking out riflemen forwards, but apparently not enough here. He's worried about he can't keep up pressure, and they of course might also be worried about the grenadiers in the house, but there you go. It does mean Jove has enough time to set the MD-42 here to fire back at Angrifen's riflemen. You know, some of them are popping out their heads fast. We can see the Angrifen is rapidly falling out of the position there to avoid them getting suppressed, since getting 2 rifle squads suppressed would be pretty bad. Back here, reinforcing. We got the captain out here for Angrifen, for America, freedom, democracy. Back here, Job is taking up, moving ahead for the fatherland. MD-4 turning up, the other grenadiers hanging back. Right here, flanking the grenadiers by the chest. And there you go, captain on the move. They're already upgraded with the BAR. Smooth, fast play there. Note that all Angrifen has, of course, is heavy cavalry. And so far, despite having that, he's not really utilising. He's obviously clearly not intended to use it early on. Certainly might give us some slight insight into his thought processes, or at least playstyle. Grenadiers here routed by the rifleman, captain there moving in as well here. Rifleman suppressed here by the MD-42, going for the cuff point again. Joe's sort of going to get the pressure point. That's the dangerous thing about the compartment here. If your opponent controls the eastern opponent, he can easily just keep pressuring the cuff point with it. So Joe there certainly displaying why so many players tend to rush the compartment and try to lock it down from their opponents as fast as possible. And there you go, deeper flank here from the rifle. Could have happened a bit sooner, to be honest. Our way got the job done there, but still he's behind on fuel here compared to Jove, and certainly you don't want to be behind on fuel your opponent. Jove there with the take up is now moving straight hit for the Panzergrenadier, hardened men of the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. Grabbing the point here, heading north with riflemen. More riflemen in there, counter-attacking around the fuel point there to reclaim it from the Germans, the Nazis. Ambulance away there for Angrifen. I also expect he might be... Oh, he's going for the lieutenant. He was not going for the mechanized company command post, but instead going for the platoon command post. So, lieutenant's probably some 50 cubs help deal with Jove's infantry. An interesting choice there. An interesting choice. But there goes. Got the southern field point out of Jove's hands. Jove, of course, counter-attacking Grenadiers before 2. Panzergrenadier setting out here. No sign of anything further there from Jove, though. From Deutschland. Bit of skirmishing here, Captain falling back here. Assault Grenadiers going in there for Jove. 2 kills, close to veterans 1. Almost got the calf point back in, almost got the fuel point as well. Very good. Lieutenant out, ambulance there up. I imagine we'll be seeing some 50 caliber soon then for Angrifen to help deal with Jove's infantry. The other option, of course, be trying to stay up for some Rangers, which of course are now a bit cheaper, and throw them at the enemy. But whether or not he actually does that, of course, is another matter. But he's got the options roughly. But so far, Angrifen seems a bit hesitant here. Perhaps he's trying to weigh his options here as to what Jove might be doing. Anybody wants to do then to ruin Jove's day? To ruin Hitler's day. Captain there routed alongside the essence. Of course, I'm not calling Jove Hitler here, just in case someone might try and insinuate that. Anyways, there, big push with the soldiers. Panzer, they took out the rear, a bit of low there to Angrifen. Got the lieutenant rifling up here. The soldiers up close this time. They're getting focused on the lieutenant here with his own Thompson, proving a bit of a problem. But the Panzer was joining the fun, of course, do a bit of harm there. And of course, they got access to the Model 24 smoke grenade thanks to the breakthrough packages. Pioneers, meanwhile, have access to Pioneer support packages, which gets access to both destroy cover and satchel charges, and also increases the repair speed. Bunker up there for Jove, like to mechanize company up. We'll have to see what he goes for here, and we got Angrifen there with heavy cavalry. We'll probably see Rangers. I mean, Rangers right now could prove to be a quite good choice there for Angrifen. With the Thompson, they could shred a lot of Jove's infantry, particularly the assault grenadiers might find themselves falling a bit short in the face of such American opposition. Broadening south of that grenadiers moving in there, light machine away there for Jove, for Germany, Deutschland. Panzers there, holding up against the Lieutenant Captain. Small officer push there by Angrifen. There you go, Panzers are retreating. Rifle division nearby. Had the Lieutenant or the camp it up, they probably had a good chance of wiping out the Panzergrenadiers, but with them down here, you can't really threaten the car front or the retreat path there sufficiently. Up north here, though, Grenadiers got wiped out. Joe wasn't paying attention. That is a definite win there for Angrifen. 240 manpower down the drain with no way of recovering that. Now we're going to push it for the MG4 to attack from the sides here. Very good. He's trying to stop the Lieutenant, but of course that means Reasons get some free shots on the MG4 to point blank. And there you go. Jove has to retreat now or risk losing an MG42 on top of the Grenadiers here to Angrifen to the 3rd Armoured Division. Back here, troops reinforcing. No sign of further take up there for Jove or anything else. We got more Grenadiers. Yep, cancels them. Maybe more Panzergrenadiers now that they seem to be a bit more in vogue. In fashion. And there you go. We got the Rangers out here for Angrifen. Slightly cheaper now. Also slightly easier to kill with bullets. And of course, access to the Thompsons, and in theory, if it comes down to, you can also equip them the bazookas, which of course have now increased damage and penetration if they're in the hands of Rangers or paratroopers. Barbed wire up there. Troops are healing and enforcing. Got a 2-2 on the way there for Jove for the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. And the surname because it had a lot of, shall I say, instructional cards just sort of formed up from it. And a fun fact, before that, you actually had sort of Lehrbataljonen, which was basically deals of instructional battalions formed up from different training schools across Germany and then sent to the front line to that way update the curriculum. The Panzerlehr was sort of more just that fully weaponized, sort of create a more, shall we say, easy bake elite unit. So a little fun fact, the Rifle right here by the MG42 moving in. Up north here, we've got the Captain flanking on the Panzergrenadiers there, leaving Joe a bit exposed. And there you go, flanking up here as well. Got the 2-2 moving in, that's not something the Captain's going to be easily able to deal with. Rangers moving in there. Note they have not been upgraded with Thompsons. I mean, Thompsons would be a great investment. Now we've got a grenade here. Is he planning something? There you go, grenade. Caught them there, and we could see wiping their soldiers. That's going to be helpful here against Jove further. But no, one man makes it. Ludwig makes it. Back here, troops healing and enforcing. Going southwards here with the MG42, the Grenadiers. Stuart light tank on the way here for Angrifen. Bring in some light armor to counter the German armoured car, the leichte Panzerschwebwagen. Heading in the southern point here. Back here we got the Stuart light tank there slowly approaching, of course. Nothing further in terms of weapon racks or anything else there. Rifle there. Not quite enough closer to get off the anti-tank rifle and the 2-2. Jove is clearly enjoying that. And he's going for the Pack 40, likely anticipating some sort of light vehicle, just figuring he wants to make sure he doesn't get completely blown out by it. I mean, he could of course just go for more Panzers with the Panzer 6, but certainly in many ways the Pack is a more conventional choice. And certainly also less munitions intensive. There we go, the Panzers they're working together with the 2-2, so you can see they are getting the combined arms bonus. They move faster and they are harder to kill, but he quickly splits them up again. Bit of a shame. Wait, Pack 40 out, Stuart light tank they're arriving. Push it for the center of the raft of the echelons. Rangers heading northwards there, backing up the captain. Still an upgrade, but we can see the Jove immediately retreats, does not wish to dance with that. Punts up the Kholodny Ferma out to stop the American armour. Got the soldiers bringing their 6 kills, fetching 2. Need to tag up there before we can get the veteran squad leaders on them. Heading southwards here with the MD-42. Stuart moving in there. Pack 40 is nearby. The Stuart has made good use of the terrain to avoid any potential packs. And there we go, got the assaulters winging and dealing with the rifle up close, but they've got the Stuart supporting. It's going to be a bit dicey here for Jove. Going to be a bit dicey, but there you go, rifle retreating and he pulls back with the assault gunners. 2-2 could be next here. Note the way Angrifen is moving is sort of looking to prevent it from escaping into the base there, so he's sort of trying to threaten it, but at the same time ensuring he can't easily just pop back through the back road here. But no, Jove of course trying to pull it off, and apparently Angrifen there made the opening. Rangers going in, but again they can't do much against that, and he's still not upgrading it. I wonder, is he planning for bazookas on them or something? And they're going for it again on the corner here, but getting flanked by the rifle and the lieutenant. But no, he gets the 2-2 with the Stuart up north, but risks losing the Stuart here to the Pack in return. Yeah, that was not a good trade there for Angrifen. Pretty good one though for Jove. A 2-2 for the Stuart is really good economy. I went before they push back there. Angrifen is getting control of most of the map. They're getting fuel points. They are good for him, less good for Jove. Though again, it's going to be less horrific thanks to the distraction of the Stuart light tank. That does mean that Angrifen won't be able to sort of as heavily step down his boots there in Jove's neck. He got more Panzer on the dealer here, probably more pressure on the infantry, and of course put him back to 4 infantry squads, which of course give him, good amount of infantry. We got bars up there for Angrifen. Rangers still not seeing any upgrades. I wonder what his plan is. Is he just planning on them becoming, like a bazooka team with trouble bazookas? That'd be the first I've seen someone doing that, but again, it does highlight that, I think a lot of American players are suddenly catching up to the fact that Rangers with bazookas are pretty good anti-tank troops. But again, it is expensive since not only you're paying 350 manpower for the unit itself, you're then paying 150 munitions then for triple bazookas. But again, you do get a very potent but expensive anti-tank infantry unit. Captain here with Rifle backing up, pushing back the Panzer Lever. Could see a wipe there against Jove and Germany. The Panzer Lever, no, gets away. Back here, troops reinforcing. Still no further sign of tech up there for Jove. Any further plans?
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Only upgrades for the Pioneers. No, say Pioneer support package. I mean, getting high repair speeds on his Pioneers could be helpful for any future armor he gets. Sadly, we haven't seen any sort of smoke grenades being used by the Panzer Grenadiers. Could also be handy there for Jove at times. Seizing back the southern fuel point.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Troops are sitting out freshly there for Angrifen. Rangers moving in. Still an upgrade. A bit of miss. I mean, it's not like they're bad with the carbine system. Theirs are better than 3 echelons, but still it's kind of sort of noteworthy. Oh, there we go. We got the upgrade. He rushed out the Pioneers to destroy the Rangers' cover, allowing them before to deal with them more nicely. Nice work there by Jove. A bit risky in some ways. Had this been upgrading the chumps and then popped it there, that would of course been very bad news there for Jove's Pioneers and the upgrade on them, but he actually pulled it off there. Thumbs up. And we got an M20 out here for Angrifen. That's a peculiar timing for that choice. I think he's been good taking up, or is he going to try and stall for the Pershing? I'm not entirely sure I'm a fan of that. At least should have gone maybe for a fuel cache to assist with that. I got the M20 with Angrifen. We got the captain heading northwards. AK troops in reinforcing. M20 on the way. And these up in the rifleman. Straight for the car point there. Jove leads a glorious counterattack here for the German army. Still no attack up. Wonder what Jove's plan is. Got the M20 on there for Angrifen. Is he planning M20 mines in advance? Maybe anticipating getting bigger armor here from Jove. And again, at this rate, it does look like Jove might just try and go for a Tiger race somehow, though that again would be a bit risky. We got Grenadiers and later for Jove to back up. So he's actually going for 5 infantry squads, which is quite infantry intensive, but we'll have to see how that works out. Rangers moving ahead here, still no Thompson. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for Thompson, because again, it's just a good upgrade. You'd figure he'd go for that, but for whatever reasons, seems like Angrifen is less than concerned with that. Using them 20 to quickly rout the Panzers, not bad. They got the Panzers out the house here. They're going to fall back, but there you go. Pack 40 drones in the front. He's going to quickly pull back the M20 before that gets lit on fire. Incendiary appears from them falling in the southern church. Very nice work there by Jove. Rammed in here. Need to get the M20 fixed up in a safe position. Southern push as well. That's a really good idea there, since Jove is focusing so much there around Angrifen's territory, so you can sort of try and swing behind Jove. Angrifen will do a lot of damage to Jove, maybe get a few wipes. Rangers getting healed up by their own veteran abilities. And there you go, Jove is finally taking up for the fatherland. So far he has used 2 abilities. Lieutenant push back. Fixing up the M20. Rifles of the assault grenadiers. Rifle against Rifle. Holy smokes, that was a huge hit there from Jove. And the assault was able to finish them off. That's going to be a big loss there for Angrifen, for the German army. And wiped. That's a nice win there for Jove. Bit of a blow there to Angrifen. That's going to put him down a few infantry squads compared to Jove. Rangers sneaking about there, gonna flank in. Still no Thompson. We got smokes north here against Jove, most likely around the machine gun position to rush it. Yep. He's going to charge in for America. Up north here, Rangers losing up, or beating up the Panzers there at the safe distance. Machine gun really retreating. Got the M20 charging hit, the cap backing up. They're noting here is a bit in feet, so it does sprint automatically. Could see wipe here in the pack crew, at which point likely it will be secured here by Angrifen and turn against Joe. That's going to be a bit harsh. Then, of course, more importantly, he's just going to give Angrifen a counter and, of course, deny Joe a counter. So that's going to make things overall much more difficult for Joe here. He is moving in, Panzers to try and assist and prevent this from happening. Very good there. He's about to get wiped out with M20. We got the Lieutenant Rifle firing away. There we go. Got a retreating. He might not be able to grab it. And we're going to need him might even get away with it. No, he gets the wipe. Close one there though. Close one. The soldiers that come on the flank as well. The flanks wipe more units. Need to get the M20 out of there before it's too late. No take up yet there for Angrifen. Looks like we got a 5th gun on the way there. Rather late choice, I'd say there. But, you know, better late than never. The kind of figure he'd gone for it a lot sooner here versus Jove. As for Jove, he got straight move here for tier 4. He clearly wants the bigger armor. And, of course, either way, he always just go for the Panzer mode. You know, things go sour. It does seem like he's initially going to try and play for the tag race, despite again, you know, Angrifen has done a reasonably good job. They're hitting his fuel. And, so far, and there you go, we got to take off Angrifen, so it's not just installed for the Pershing. Probably the best idea. And of course, it would sort of, you know, get control of his resources and Joe's. You can always just follow up with the Pershing afterwards. Either way though, Joe will be going for that Schwer Panzer Hauptquartier. Or not Hauptquartier, but Corps. Quantity secured. Might want to lay down some mines if possible. People overlook those, and then again, if say Jove goes for Tiger Race and that gets immobilized right in front, you know, say a bunch of enemy tankers there for Angrifen, it's going to leave Jove very sad. Very sad, and probably also be doing a bit. But there you go, swinging in there aggressively, swinging hard here, Jove. Almost taking out the pack forward, there you go, Grenadiers, and we need to pop smoke, I think, to maybe increase the chances. Oh, pack and incendiary piston rounds there. Lights the M20 on fire there, but still Angrifen now has most of the map. He's got most of the, in fact, he's got all of the victory points. He's bleeding out Jove fast. He's got the lead there. However tiny, however minuscule, like a speck of dust, though in this case it's a speck of dust that's destroying us, you know. Jove forgets to vacuum things up. Liz is standing about here. MD42 there, hammering away. Not quite a vacuum cleaner, but against the Americans, roughly the same effect. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Nothing further going on there. Again, he can. No, he cancelled it, so he's going to go for the Pershing. He is going to go for the Pershing. Alrighty, Joe's got the heavy Panzer co-op. I mean, he's going to go for the Tiger Race. So it's going to be a bit risky since, I mean, he's at 120. He's meaning he's roughly 130 fuel away from that. And the current rate, we are looking at roughly 6 to 7 minutes for him to actually get out enough fuel for the Tiger race. And he's going to get hit by Pershing much sooner than that. So we'll have to see what Jove does. I mean, he might have to go for some Panzer shakes on some of his Panzer grenadiers on top of that, except he doesn't have the munitions for it, so that's not happening. But there you go, we do have the veteran squadrons up there for the assault grenadiers, giving them up to 6 man, also allowing them to grab territory faster, which is actually a handy ability. MD42 they're setting up the church, going to grab the center victory point. Panzer letters the advancing rifle lieutenant. And hitting the fuel point again, they're good outmaneuvering there by Angrifen. Again, heading Jove's fuel, ensuring he can't easily go for what they plans. And Angrifen might have a good idea that Jove's trying to stall here for a Tiger race, at least play for one. So again, by just constantly hitting the fuel here, makes it much, much harder for Jove trying to go for the Tiger race. Which is obviously what he wants to do. I mean, you generally don't want your opponents to just go for that really, really big tank they want to. Or at least not make it easy for them. And there you go. He did upgrade the Rangers here with the bazooka, at least one so far. So he's clearly planning. He's anticipating a big armor push here from Germany. Thus, he's turning his Rangers into, you know, hard-on a bazooka team. And there you go, Pershing out here as well. For Angrifen, for the 3rd Armored Division so far, the Panzer Division is a bit on the ropes here. Going for another machine to help deal with infantry. But again, Jove's gonna be a bit undergunned to take on the Pershing with all the infantry support. But the Panthers, of course, are proving to be quite helpful here. We got 20 kills in those so far, ace level. Hardened Panzer Grenadier for Swaziland. Doing well, Jorgen. They don't shoot as well as they're equipped. Really? Yeah, for some reason, all of the equipment just teaches them to be frivolous with the ammunition. Pershing setting out their Panthers, they need to retreat. There we go. So, will Jove just try and stall for the Pershing? Will he go for a Panther? Instead, we say go for a Panther for more J, though. That'd be a bit lopsided versus the Pershing. You might have to go for another Pack 40 at the very least. We've got Pioneers with the advancing rifle and the Rangers, of course. We've got a grenade. He was actually hoping that Jove would do a bolt there and run into the grenade, but Jove was a bit sharper than that. I just wasn't paying attention.
A capture point is under attack.
Nice play there by Jove, returning the favour there to Angrifen, but outmaneuvering Angrifen, hitting his resource points up north. We got the soldiers charging in there. We got ace level assault grenadiers. 6 MP40s. Rangers falling back there under a hail of MP45, 9mm Parabellum. Lieutenant back up the 50 caliber, push back the Grenadiers. We've got the Pershing up the retreat path, could wipe the Grenadiers here. Does seem like Jove is very intent here on the Tiger race plan. He truly believes in German engineering and German superior tank crews. MP14 up, backed up with the Panzer Grenadier. There you go, Captain's press plans, the hammering them down there with assault rifle fire. Of course, once he gets the Tiger race up, which again does seem like playing with him, and these pencils will be really tough supporting it, since again they have the combined arms bonus activated. It's mostly north here. And there you go, against the corner position there from Jove on the card point. Personally right here from the Pack 40, but he gets grenaded. We got the 5th caliber open up here. He should focus down the Pack 40 with it. Bun grenade here. Ooh, he does actually force out the 50 caliber there. And he was a bit skittish. Pack 40 there, push back though. Pershing falling back here for repairs up north, hitting the southern victor point, at least further try and stall the bleed here that Angrifen is exquisitely executing against Jove. But there you go, he has managed to reopen the fuel flow. Panzer there, 23 killed. Gun is backing up with another gun squad inside the house here. Panzer gun is there getting hammered up close up the rifle with the BARs, the Browning automatic rifle. Pioneer saying Southwards here. He's got the manpower, he's getting there with the fuel, though we're still looking at least roughly 3 minutes away from that. Or maybe 2.5. Anyways, got push in the south here. Assault goes past the dealing with the rifle lieutenant, or the captain here. Of course, lots of bars, but there you go. Assault is moving in from another angle he wasn't anticipating. Once they got close, of course, the captain, of course, had to get out, and the rifle will also have to fall back. Since again, versus 6 assault guns with MP40s, they don't stand much of a chance. They are quickly cutting down a bunch of them. Still, there's enough assault guns there to keep pushing a bit ahead further. Up north, Lieutenant there, push back with the Grenadiers with the light machine gun. Jove is now roughly 2.5 minutes away there from the Tiger race, and his Schwere Panzer. Angrifen going for more 50 calibers, so the ship begins considering taking up, or at least bringing up some anti-tank weapons. Besides, the bazooka ranges, which again seems to be it. In fact, they have now been equipped with triple bazookas. I mean, he's clearly anticipating Jove going for something, but rather than just be paying for it, he could also feel like just, you know, push his opponent harder than that. But there you go. Or he just figures, you know, triple Rangers with Rangers with triple bazookas are going to do the job there. I mean, that's, yeah, I guess an option. Person there hammering away. Church seeing a few hits, being dinged up a bit there. Heading south over the captain. No take a bit, yeah, for Angrifen for the 3rd Armoured Division, directed here from the Pack 40. And we got smoking down here. Good use of smoke by Angrifen. Of course, he could just go for a mortar part, you know, with free smoke, meaning he doesn't have to spend munitions on that all the time. I mean, that I think be a pretty good idea there for Angrifen to consider. Jove, though, is now a bit over a minute away there from the Tiger tank, of the Tiger A specifically. He's got the manpower, and he's almost got the fuel bit. Almost. Now he's definitely just a minute away from that, a bit under it. And soon, the might of German engineering and training and experience will hammer down on Angrifen like a ton of German bricks upon weak American biscuits. Panzer there reinforcing. Panzer there holding out against the church. Got the person there hammering away. Ladies up on the captain, doing a bit of light damage over the LMG-42. Troop ceiling reinforcing. Seconds away from the Tiger Ace. Panzer then need to retreat. Up north we got the Grenadiers moving in there. 50 Cav holding up here nicely. And there we go, the Tiger Ace arrives. Of course, with the new Spearhead ability, which, while again it doesn't mention it, it does actually have suppression. It actually gives the Tiger Ace some suppression there as well on its machine guns. Anyways, Tiger Ace moving ahead here, Force of Fatherland, and he immediately pops Spearhead, which gives it more line of sight, turret rotation, increases within the arc of fire still locked down to though, and of course it gives it suppression. Not huge like an MD-42, but still some, though in this case the machine gun does the job for it. Still first kill there with the Tiger Ace, rather than need to be careful against the Mechtiger Tiger Ace. And there you go, Johnson blown to bits here by the Tiger Ace. As Joe moves forwards for the Fatherland. Rather than taking further casualties, got the Major out there. Angrifen's going to need some Pershings out here to put a stop to that. Grenade Assault here almost does some catastrophic damage there to Angrifen. Instead, it just does some really good damage. Pershing here with the Tiger Ace, got the Tiger's movie, got the Bazooka team over there, quickly tearing off a fat chunk of the Tiger Ace's health. Another series of volleys there, pushing him down to less than half health. Pershing splatters out there. Bob. Pershing moves in there, shoots, misses, takes out a few pioneers. Tiger Ace turns its mighty turret fast. But technically the Tiger Ace's turret rotation is actually pretty slow. As it was hand cranked, it was actually the fast for the Tiger tank just to turn itself around entirely. In fact, it could spin around pretty quickly. Little fun fact there. Or at least it was a very slow generator, but I think it might have been hand cranked. Then we've got Rifleman Lieutenant up here against the Panzer here. 2 ace level units by the way. Pushing up northwards here. Might want to treat them here to keep them close to the Tiger Ace, since again they become harder for the American infantry to just murder. Bun Grenade there wipes them out there. He shouldn't have moved out of cover. Shame there for Angrifen. Pretty good work there by Jove. Good luck for Jove. Pershing there with 6 kills, veterans to 1. Tiger Ace in tiny repairs though. Of course he's got the upgraded pioneers to help there. They of course may have to consider more pioneers to do the job. Grabbing the northern fuel point there for the Fatherland. Tiger Ace holding back there for repairs. Pioneer Forvets. To fix that one up. There we go. Rifleman's Prestige trying to the MD-42, getting pinned down there by the Ace Low machine gun crew. Certainly know what they're doing. In the south here, Grenadiers advancing steadily for the Wehrmacht. As always, moving forwards, backed up with the MD-42. And we got a half-track on the way for Joe. Pretty light choice here. Could it be he's actually planning on using the mobile observation post, an ability I'm personally not a fan of, but you know. We'll have to see what Joe can do with it. Assault guns in the fire here from the 5th car, getting suppressed around the centre. We've got 192 as a 351. Angrifen those definitely going to need more armour, and he might want to consider to bring up some anti-tank guns. But right now, Joe's managed to swing the game around pretty hard in his favour once more, and there you go. 251 Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen out here for Jove. For Germany. Bit of skirmishing here, Grenadiers versus Ratman in the Major, though suffers rather spirited losses and has to retreat. Tiger is almost good to go there. Up north, bit more skirmishing here. Rangers still landing a decent grenade on the Grenadiers, but not enough to sort of stop them. There you go, we got the mobile observation posted up there. Giving Jove some more intelligence on his opponent's movement, where his infantry and armour is. Very nice there. And even pops a flare just to get a further idea there of what's going on there with his opponent. Lovely. Tiger is still moving ahead, and with this knowledge, what will Jove do? Will he launch a spirited assault? Well, apparently it also doubles as a fort retreat point. Or was it just my imagination? Probably my imagination. Tiger is moving ahead here. Opens up there. Goes in aggressively. Pershing moving, got the Ranger Bazooka team of course nearby. Direct hit bounces off the Tiger tanks, France Lama. Panzer guns then moving in, sprinting ahead forwards there.
300 points remaining.
Green foot healing here. Some of these of course using the healing kits. Panzers don't get anything like that. Quickly stops up there. Got the ace Panzers there as the lieutenant. Quick stop in there. They can't easily deal with the Panzer guns inside the house without grenades or any sort of heavier firepower, and so far all he's got is the Pershing, and that's stuck up north. In the south he's sticking in there, preventing a Jove there from easily getting it. And certainly bleeding out Jove further, which is really a problem there for Jove as this keeps up for much longer. Pershing being repaired once more. Tiger is heading southwards, backed up by a heavy squad of assault grenadiers. He's going to likely try and flank it, but in this case though, flank coverage, giving Angrifen plenty of time to reach his 50 cover to deal with that. So nice work there, and bit of bad luck there for Jove. In the centre there, assault continues here, it seems. With a counter-attack from Angrifen as well there to flash him out. We've got a Sherman on the way there in the south. Tiger flanks in there. Pushing back the 50 caliber, and the rifle defending the point as well here. That's a nice development there for Jove. He's also hitting the point there closest to Angrifen's base. You could even theoretically threaten the ambulance with the Tiger race, which would be rather cheeky, but could work out. Then again, the Tiger race is a bit damaged. Close to T2 though, Pershing there hammering away. We've got close to T2 there as well. Sherman almost down there for Angrifen and the 3rd Armoured, which was the only division to really receive Pershings as well, as a fun fact. Well, there was, I think, another division to receive the Super Pershing, which is basically just a Pershing with a bigger gun and sort of a lot of extra armour slapped onto it. Bit screwed down, the Tiger race gets away the fast heavy bazooka fire there from the Rangers. Huge hit down the house, blows apart a fat chunk of the facade there. Unit wiped out up north, I think here. Grenadiers with the MD4 support there, leaving a mess there of Angrifen's infantry. Looks like the captain rather passed away there to the next world. Ace falling back here. Soldiers moving in there, 16 kills there you go. We got the Lieutenant, we got the Major, and of course we got the Sherman, most importantly there. Making things miserable here for the assault grenades. 19 kills. Certainly doing what they can there for the fatherland, but in the end they lack a bit. Not spirit, just, you know, guns. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Tiger is being fixed up again. It's going to take a bit of a while there. You might want to consider more pioneers. Sherman moving in there. Panzer Grenadiers suffering immediate loss. There's Gottlieb takes a nasty hit there from the high close round of the Sherman. Heckford nearby. We got Rangers. We got the Bazooka team moving up here. This clearly wants to make sure he doesn't get surprised by the Tiger Race or any other tanks. See, here, so he got the Bazooka team there. Sort of feels like he might be the most exposed, so quickly have them just boom, hit it with a triple bazooka, and you know, cause them to fall back. Half tech moving about there. Not really doing a lot with it except just reinforcing with it. I mean, there's a start and, you know, a bit of mobile observation. I would like to use maybe some more mobile tactics with it, but that might just be me. Machine gun fire from the Pershing has moved through the centre, veteran 2 there. Rangers routed, as they do lack the firepower to deal with the Panzer squad pack bottoms at the Sherman. Nice hit. Pershing almost wiped out. Well, not Pershing, but the MD42 there is almost wiped out by the Pershing, and its high rate of fire and good accuracy. The Pershing all just eats infantry for breakfast. So what is Joe planning here? You could go for a Panther if you wanted to, the model year that is. You could also go for a Sturmpanzer. Counter north here, we got 177 to 246, right here halted by the MG42 ace level there. Absolutely just hosing them down. And we got more Rangers out. We this time equipping the Thompsons. Will it also be a triple bazooka team? I mean, that'd be very interesting to see someone actually just equip both Rangers with triple bazookas. That certainly show that they are perceived as being very powerful. At least he perceives them as being very powerful, which I suppose might be more accurate. I mean, we'd have to see more players statistically make use of range with triple bazookas to see if they're sort of really perceived as being that powerful. But you know, at least this guy would then sort of seem to indicate that. Yeah, he seemed to think it's really worth it. He definitely seemed to think it's worth it. This is quite interesting. Oh no, I don't know what he did with the half-track there, but that was a bit wasteful. Bit of a shame there. He might have some plan. He just intended to throw it away. I hope not. Again, that's a bit of a shame. Our way, the half-track is gone. So what is he planning next? Tiger is attacking from the south here. 5 kills and again double rangers with triple bazookas. That's a lot of bazookas. Joe going for the Panzer IV Model J. As for Yacht. Got the Tiger Racer setting out here. Telemark's being laid down but a bit late. And there you go. Engagement between the Pershing and the Tiger Race. Rifleman up, then flank reactions. Not with the bazookas, by the way. Got the bazooka rangers moving in there. Great hit here by the Tiger Race and the Rangers, tearing up 2/5 of the unit, 40% gone. In the blink of an eye, there goes. Notice here this Tiger Race actually suppressing the Rifleman. And there's no MD-42 nearby, and starts again. With Spearhead mode, it actually suppresses units. It's a little fun fact there. Ranger suppressed as well, and you can see that actually does it kind of faster. That might also be something to do with the veterancy there. I mean, more accuracy, for example, the machine guns also means they suppress better, I guess. All the way though, so having a bit of impact there. We got the M41 joining over here. Or maybe that was the MD-40 joining, and then again, I think the Ranger would just be on the out of fire. Anyways, Ranger push back here, 50 up with the next target here with the Tiger's Wrath. Snaps poor Bobby Joe there. Biddy Bob joins in as well. 50 couple coming the southern point. We got the committee squad on the way to the light machine gun. Tiger Race there, 12 kills, halfway to victory 3. Pershing there, 10 kills, also roughly halfway to victory 3. No Jackson yet here for Angrifen. His 5th guy getting away, but he's already got that Panzer squad there covering the retreat path. We've got the Panzer IV joining in as well there. And someone just got sent flying. Oh, the corpse did. Oh, the pixelated corpse did. There you go. Rangers with bazookas just unleashing a flurry of explosives there. The Tiger Race and a couple of volleys for taking down to roughly 1/3 of its health. Person there continued to do further damage to the Tiger Race, leaving Joe's Tiger there feeling a bit sore. Pershing there though, slightly close to the veterinary fleet. Tiger Race is also pretty close there. We got 174 versus 24. Certainly a bit closer between these two players. You might want to consider at some point setting up something to combine arms versus Joe. I think that could help Angrifen quite a bit. This is again, it boosts rate of fire and all that accuracy, and again, say done correctly with the Rangers and the Pershing, will probably do a ton of damage to the Tiger Race or the Panzer IV before Joe realises what's going on. Up north here, machine gun the swarm and taking that. Bit of a blow there to the German army. Die Deutsche Panzerwaffe. Die Deutsche Armee. Back here quiet in the base. Machine gun pack car in the centre. Pershing there slowly approaching Veterinary 3. Tiger Race need repairs once more. You might want to consider some more pioneer still. Panzer are moving forwards. Another Panzer force falling back, so again can't boost them. Bit of a shame there. Got Rangers in the way. They could pop a grenade here, and that seems to be exactly what Joe's worried about. That and the Shermans, who quickly falls back with the Panzer Grenadier. South there could see some more pressure there. So what is Joe's next plan? And we got some air recons out here from Angrifen, trying to figure out what Joe's up to, trying to find his weak spots and then hit them very hard. That definitely be the right approach. Back here, troops in enforcing for Jove. What is he ever up to? Tiger is almost good to go. Tiger Race there, slowly approaching the ace level troops are here enforcing. Sherman there, close to 112 kills, very good there. 50 caliber, slowly approaching the south, 50 going for the centre. We've got the M42 in the way here. Range coming up there, lots of bazooka fire, there you go. Smashes the Panzer IV part there in just a couple of volleys, certainly showing that they can be really, really effective, and certainly requiring, you know, a lot of good infantry to back up your tanks against them then to ensure they can't easily approach your armour. So very nasty tactic there by Angrifen. Tiger Race the weapon up. Rangers here could be next. Great hit here on the Sherman. Very close to the ace level. Infantry can push back. There you go. Rifleman's pressed here by the Tiger Race. And then blasted by the Tiger Race. Panzer there moving ahead, being suppressed. Kind of wish they'd give the spear, but it's the regular Tiger tank as well. That'd be very nice. Once again, that could mean the Tiger Race collected support and infinite assault beds as well. Anyways, Tiger Race advances for the Fatherland. We got the Pershing Sherman here moving around north. Panther on the way for Jove and the Fatherland. Still on some of the Jackson tanks are here for Angrifen and the 3rd Armoured Division as Jove comes a knocking here. Panzer's there with Seriersons going down there with assault rifles. Got 31 kills. We got a flank with the Tiger Race going behind there, machine gun, landing a nice hit, obliterating one of the gunners with a thunderous roar. More casualties there with the Tigers. We've got 23 kills, almost ace level Tiger Race. Does that make it a Tiger Race ace, or a super ace, or a hero? I don't know. Ranger taking a nasty hit. There you go. We got the veteran fleet Tiger Race, a Tiger hero. Let's just stick with that one. Moving northwards there, going straight for the Pershing. Panther almost done there for Jove and for Germany. And to tanks away there for Angrifen. Again, I feel like he should have gone for the Jacksons here. Might be able to keep pace with the Tiger Race. Of course, you might have worried the Tiger Race is running down. From north fighting here, we got 150 to 168. Joe's now caught up here with Angrifen in terms of victory points. You got a machine gun bunker boy defending the southern victory point. Then nice work by Joe. Machine coming out the centre alongside the Tiger Race. Punch was there by noting hiding about here using the house to make it harder for them to get close. And there you go. Tiger Race smashes a poor Ranger, and there you go, another Ranger absolutely eliminated. And there you go, 5th guy sitting outside the house, but there you go, direct hit, and the house collapses, shattering the machine gun crew in the process, entombing them beneath a lot of rotten wood. Pershing, then we got the Panther coming the flank, direct hit in the Pershing side armor, leaving the Pershing crew quite consternated. Machine gun is sitting up here, that's good supposed to gun. We've got the Sherman moving in there, Pershing falling back in the face of the Panther. We've got anti-tank rifle there being fed on it, but not enough. Rangers are a bit scattered here, so they can't quite get off an alpha strike there against any of Jove's panzers. Tiger Race coming is being suppressed. Casualties piling up. We've got a bazooka in the middle of the ground, and there you go, direct hit here on the Sherman by the Tiger Race. Another hit there again. The veteran fleet Tiger Race or Tiger Hero or whatever is equipped with a high rate of fire. That veteran fleet is tearing through the armor there, mercilessly ending American lives like a grim reaper. Rangers there being scythed down by the Tiger tanks. 8 hitting on the gun there as the gunner just slams in another excellent hit there, and the loader just slams in the high explosive rounds. Rangers moving forward here, straight into the line of fire of the Tiger Race. Shot fire. Keeps missing this time around though, which is unfortunate. Rangers are taking a nasty hit from the Panther in return though. The Panthers with the damage engine. Tiger is falling back. We got 168 versus 121. Pershing there being fixed up. Back here we got troops reinforcing. Panzer going to deal moving forwards. We need to fix up that Panther. Fixing up that Panther. Panzer Grenadier moving up, fixing up the Pershing here, very close to the ace on that one. Ooh, nasty on the Panzers there, chewing out a fat chunk of them, leaving the rest of them quite dazed. Collision a further 5 from the Pershing, very, very close to the ace level. Of course, boosts the Pershing's active rate of firing. Of course, that one much more lethal as well. But there you go, Pershing or the Panther on the move there, very close to the ace level. He's still a bit further away there. And there you go, we got the Zuka team charging at the Tiger Race with the close-up. They're getting suppressed with the Tiger Race machine guns, taking some damage. So a lot of the shots actually this time around bouncing. Got soldiers moving up there. Might want to pop up a grenade assault here, clear up this chunk of range. No, he ends up retreating. Armor falling back here as well as the assault has failed against the might of Germany, it seems. Panther down to half health though. 33 kills. That Pershing though is now the ace level here. Fires an 8-trap round, but it hits the ground instead. Bit unfortunate there. Pershing falls back as the tag race sets out for it. Need to be a bit careful here. Directed here, shouting the car right before the machine gun. There you go, anti-tank gun, firing at what's best here at the tag race. We got 168 versus 99. Pershing, they're going for the ace shot, penetrates the Pershing's arm with ease. Second shot goes through as well. The gunner is absolutely on fire. And there you go, the Ryerson are absolutely being exploded. Further casualties piling up. And there you go, getting up close here. Need to pop some grenades perhaps to sort of finish that off. Pershing, tag race hanging back. Pershing is also hanging back. In fact, it is in dire need of repairs. In fact, it's running all the way back to the base. We got 91 on 168 machine gun wiped out here by the tag race. 39 kills. It is absolutely just wreaking havoc now on Angrifen, who just sadly never quite got the counters he needed to it seems. Or at least he perhaps... I mean, again, the range of the bazookas can really do a lot of damage, but at times he needs more range rather than just raw firepower to help, deliver some of the finishing blows. And it kind of lacked that range. Again, he lacked the Jackson tanks, I think, there. Again, as you can see, though, the Panzer IV, which got absolutely annihilated, ranges with bazookas in large numbers can be quite effective. It certainly would be quite unfortunate and perhaps a bit busted. They could also just chew through a tag race that easily as well. Moving in there, pushing back the Panzer Grenadier here. But we got down to 78 hit points for Angrifen. 168 here for Jove. It is funny though, I mean, barely when anyone went for King Tiger, the party game, because it's veteran free, but it's just no one used it. When they went there, they barely used it. Now it's available much earlier on here for the Tiger race, and just it tends to get used quite a lot, I notice. By the way, the Rangers they take right from the Tigers got 40 kills in that one. That's probably the best tag race I've seen in a long time. Panther moving in there. Greatly on the Panther. Ooh, that didn't do as much, but there you go. Rangers having for the tag race. Another death hit from the Tigers. Got 42 kills. The true meaning of life, ladies and gentlemen, is a veteran-free Tiger race. 49 points left. It's the 3rd Armored Division is floundering in the face of the Panzer Division's counterattack. We got a Jackson on the way there, but will it be enough to save Angrifen from being shouted at by Patton? Will he have to feel the wrathful might of the jackboot? Secured a point here in the south, but we got combined arms. Just way too late in the poor timing on it, since again, without anything about it, doesn't help the tanks or the infantry. So, any time to better, and probably soon I think of it a lot more. But there you go. Sherman exploded, Pershing moving northwards here. And there you go. Angrifen surrenders, loss here for the 3rd Armored Division. The Panzer Division stands victorious for the fatherland. The Tiger race is triumphant. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. Do subscribe by the way. Press the little bell there so you actually get notifications, since YouTube is a bit wonky, to put it very mildly. And of course, if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Support me in supporting the war effort. It allows me to keep making these videos day after day. I do try to do this as a living, so every donation, every pledge on Patreon helps me a lot with this. And of course, big thanks to Set Channel for donating, by the way. Big thanks to you. You're part of my company of heroes, Set Channel. So thank you all. You all are a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another exciting episode. So cheers, everyone.